You're in the show.
Yay! Happy Monday. Hi, Antsy McClain. Wow. I tell you, these Monday lives have been a way for me to get back in touch with people who I've just been meaning to spend more time with. And you're one of those people I just would like to hang out with, and we just don't get hardly any time to do that.
I'm right there with you. Vice versa. Yeah, it's yeah, and even I was thinking about this today. We just met in passing, or in a green room backstage somewhere at a music festival or guitar festival, something like that. But we always seem to, these kind of gypsy musician troubadour types that I am lucky enough to count myself in. We just sort of catch up where we left off.
Yeah.
And there's always something new, but there's always that rich origin place of, finding love and beauty in something as sweet as music. I think it unites people in such a way that we're connected forever, even if we're apart physically. I just think it's one of those languages that, transcends so much else.
Yeah.
And so I count you among one of my friends that I've met through music, which I think is just really a special connection.
Yeah, that's, the greatest friends, it seems like I've met through this thing, and
Yeah, that's exactly
yeah,
right.
and it brings us together. And you're
That
known
and bold.
for you're known for a lot of your funny songs, but I've heard you do some really touching, heartfelt tunes, and
Well, thanks,
so
yeah.
you dig deep when you want to.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was doing all the comedy stuff right at first, when I first got started. And the morning after the shows, I had this sort of sinking kind of depression almost, like, because I had these other songs that I wanted people to hear, but I felt like they wouldn't take it seriously because, we were seen as sort of, comedy act or whatever. And now, it's later in life now, I found my voice. Humorists are often the ones that I've met and hung out with are often the, kind of that tears of the clown thing, but it's
Yeah.
like, they can certainly dig deep when they want to. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll do funny songs, you do serious songs this time.
Yeah. I enjoy both.
So,
Yeah.
well, we can. Yeah,
I
we can
enjoy
do.
both,
It was actually what prompted me to call you just the other day is my Downers Grove show. We had just
Yeah.
put tickets live there. In fact, we're getting a lot of response already. I think it's because the first people who get tickets get a free half pound of fudge from my aunt and uncle. And so
That's
it's
good.
still
I'm
up
in.
there. Pamela says the fudge is going quickly. So if you wanted to get the fudge version of the tickets, that's linked on my website there, so you can go ahead and get
That's
that.
great. What a
But
great
I had
gimmick.
I always have special guests on that, so I was going to have you as one of the surprise guests.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, anytime. Just holler. I'm sitting around here. I've changed my status on my Facebook page to a former live entertainer and current film student. My wife and I just watch movies just about every night. We'll watch a movie, and we've went through the spaghetti western phase,
Yeah.
and got through all that and everything, and saw all the John Wayne stuff, and we went through gangster movies. I mean, but here we are. It's a year from now we'll all be laughing at this, right? Please,
Yeah.
Muriel, tell me that.
Yes,
that's
yes,
true.
of course. Just
Okay.
trust me on this.
Okay.
Right.
Oh man.
Well, I've got a workshop coming up after this, so I can't stay really long on this, and also a public workshop that people can sign up for as well. But before we
Let's play
launch
some
into some
music.
other things, I would love for you to play a tune, and what
Okay.
would you like
Well,
to kick us off with here?
I'm the guest here. You're going to have me play first?
Sure, sure.
Okay. All right, here we go. I'll play a new one that's kind of humorous, but also serious at the same time. I'm getting tired of it. I know that you are too. But we can rise above it, baby. Know what we gotta do. the car south down 65 and let it roll till our signal dies. I'm dreaming of a place that doesn't have Wi-Fi, a smile on your face, sipping on a Mai Tai. They only take cash, everything's tie-dye. I'm dreaming of a place that doesn't have Wi-Fi. God, I hate this traffic, a never-ending line. It's always wreaking havoc with my peace of mind. But I see the future and it's covered in sand. Come on, Dina Lynn, won't you take my hand? I'm dreaming of a place that doesn't have Wi-Fi, a smile on your face, sipping on a Mai Tai. They only take cash, everything's tie-dye. Dreaming of a place that doesn't have Wi-Fi. Doesn't have Wi-Fi. A little something like that.
Oh, great. Well, I tell you, a place that didn't have Wi-Fi was on our sailing trip for 2 months.
Oh, yeah.
And so many places there. I had to come into shore, just to do these Monday lives. So sometimes I would row out to an island and locate their Wi-Fi there. Yeah, and there were twice. Those of you who have been following the Monday Live, you remember once that I was doing the Monday Live, and then behind me the dinghy was starting to float out, and I had to run and grab it and pull it back in twice during that, because it's too heavy for me to pull all the way up.
Oh,
and those tides are coming up. Then there was another time I was on another island, and I'm going along doing my Monday Live, and I realized that the tide had gone out, and my dinghy was up high and dry, in the middle of this island. And boy, it took me a long time to drag that. I ended up dragging the dinghy down to a creek that had some moss in it, and using the moss to kind of lubricate so I could pull it down there. But
well, I have a lot of friends that are in the camping world, the RV world, so Airstreamers and whatnot, and they're often talking about they'll camp, but then they're often walking up a hill to make their phone calls. It could be a mile or more. They just got to go up to the hill where they can get the signal.
Right. Well, I started writing a tune about that, and I sort of finished it this afternoon. I don't know if I should do it yet. Brian says don't do it yet.
It's not ready.
So, no, it's not ready. I haven't really figured out an ending for it, but it's about those tides, that would come up 11 feet there. And then just last night, I was awake at 4 in the morning and just kind of thinking about one worry after another. You know how that happens sometimes?
Oh, yeah. And
or one bad memory after another. Yeah.
Yes.
So I thought, well, I'd put that into it kind of fell into it. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to give it a try, because this is Monday Live. This is not a performance. So here's my new lyrics right here.
Oh, good. We're the first to hear it.
And I'll just improvise an ending when we get there.
Okay.
Making our way down east, running from a storm, running from the pace of change. Halfway to Roke and upwind into port, I dropped my anchor down and rowed to shore. When an old voice calls from the pier, say there's something that everybody here knows. The tides will rise and fall 11 feet or more. Pull your tender high upon the shore. Current running strong, swifter yet today. across the bay, then to pull away and leaving just a trace of silver sand, water lines beneath its eyes, water lines beneath its eyes, tides, tides. Be mindful of the time and know that you may be high, low. All at once I understand, much of life will ebb and flow. Long about 4 a.m., laying awake in bed, thinking of what I should have said. All of the things gone wrong seem to come in a wave as one, a cycle that is so hard to shake. Then the morning reminds me of the beauty to balance all the darkness. The tides will rise and fall, 11 feet or more. Pull your tender high, high upon the shore. Tides, tides. All at once I'll understand, much of life will ebb and flow. No need to tie my heart up in a knot. Ease it gently from the rocks, history will show. Soon again the tides will flow. Tides, tides. All at once I'll understand, much of life will ebb and flow. Much of life like tides.
Yeah. That was a perfect ending.
Oh,
That's
thank
great.
you. It was
Keep it just like that. Don't change
I
a
just
thing.
meant to do it that way.
I love keeping my heart in knots. That's boy, that's good. You have so much rich parallel in there. That's really, really nice.
Well,
Very
thank you.
nice.
It's the trip came up with a lot of tunes, and some of them are in the background of the videos that Brian has put together on the Acoustic Sailing YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
maybe when we're done with this, I can put a little synopsis at the end of the video.
Absolutely.
But it's at that's linked. I have everything linked on that. I think it should be up on there, murielanderson.com/now, and I have your Facebook page on there.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. You know, will we ever run out of allegory connected to the ocean? I just don't think we ever will as writers. The ocean, of course, mountains and trees. I mean, we get so much of what inspires us through nature, you know. But the ocean, it might have been one of the first inspirations that poets had,
Hmm.
you know, to write and to try to express how they felt, as they felt like nothing against this huge mass of power and force that never stopped, unceasing, like
Yes.
love or like anything else, you know. Yeah, lovely, lovely song. I'm honored to be the first to hear that.
Oh,
I'm among your fans. Cool.
yes, absolutely first. Well, we should say some hellos. It looks like Bob has popped in here. We met him on the acoustic sailing trip.
Hi, Bob.
Yeah, we hung out there in Gloucester. And Patty, my neighbor across the street, I am coming back to Nashville actually for a week on the 28th, so I'll see you then. All right, so
a Nashville neighbor.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Nashville neighbor. And Tom and Gail, great to see you here, of course. Scott and Dave in Florida, and Michael and Sebastian. So greetings to you, and yeah, and David there. So
From all over the place.
Yeah, and Blair. Hey, oh, Blair has a question. Where do you find the courage to share a brand new song
Yeah.
for the first time? You know, I can't be nervous because there's nothing to place it against, right? uh, I don't know if you call it courage or kind of sheer stupidity. Antsy, what would you call it?
I think it is courage, or at the very least, a lack of fear. You know, I don't know if courage could be the word. I guess what we do is courageous at times when so many people are so afraid to get up in front of people. You know, that's a fear of public speaking is the biggest phobia I think humans share, and that's a big one. And when you couple that with playing guitar in front of other guitar players, oh my gosh, at these festivals and stuff, you know, I'm in front of an audience, and I know half of them play guitar better than I ever could, and I just have to let go of a certain thing and just realize that I'm doing my thing, and everybody else can do their thing, and I be me, you be you, kind of a thing. And I think there's a freedom in that. And once we let go of those, I don't know, the voices in our head that are telling us that we will fail and that we'll, whatever those voices are. Sometimes those voices sound a lot like myself. And but when we let go of those, I think what do we stand to lose by sharing a new song that we've worked hard on? You were up in the middle of the night composing and working the bugs out, and you got to a place where you're comfortable certainly with these people that are friends of yours, friends of your music. And you're comfortable sharing.
Well, having said that, I do get stage fright too, and it comes kind of randomly, almost, and it doesn't have to be a big audience. But it has more to do with my metabolism, I find. If I don't eat a big meal before I play, I get a little low blood sugar, and I start to do this thing.
Yeah.
And then the cycle happens,
Yeah. All right. It's happened to me, yeah. I do not get stage fright. I've never...
Oh, great.
I guess it's all about being prepared in my mind. I think it is.
Yeah, like today, I was very prepared to play that song.
Yeah. Those of us listening for the first time, it sounded like you've played that for years.
Oh, great. Well, thanks for the question on that.
I think...
and Marty says to both of us, beware of those voices in our head.
Yep. Mine are scary.
Yeah.
I should be more afraid of the friendly voices. I think because they're going to sting you later. So
yeah.
I'm real leery of those friendly voices.
I thought that's what he said. Beware the voices in your head. They aren't paying rent.
Absolutely. Good point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Until they do, I ain't going to listen to them.
Yeah. There's Mark. And Tom chimed in. I had played him an earlier version of that song. Yeah. Right.
Tides.
Yes.
Things come and they go back, and it's always different when it comes back in. Letting things go is always healthy, and unless it's a rope that's attached to a friend hanging off a cliff or something.
Right.
But other than that, it's like that stuff.
All right, you're up. Play something, and then I'll tell you a little bit more about the workshops afterward, or something. Answer a couple questions that came in on that. Yeah.
Okay. Another funny one or a fun one?
Yeah.
All right. This will be in D minor. My baby whistles when she walks, but it's not because she's happy. No, there's a cool breeze blowing outside, and she's had a lot of body piercing. My baby whistles when she walks. My baby whistles when she walks. My baby whistles when she walks. in her navel. She's had her eyebrows done, and there's a bonus when I kiss her. Metallic taste to her tongue. My baby whistles when she walks. 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 Put it down, 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 down. All those little holes in her flesh. She's so bohemian. And when she runs after the bus, sounds like sirens free. Nice. My baby whistles when she walks. 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 That was beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
It's nice when somebody that can actually play accompanies me.
I couldn't resist throwing in a few random notes there.
Absolutely.
And we can do it even with the lag. We can have fun with it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I remember doing a show with a guitar player from Prairie Home Companion, Pat Donahue.
Yeah, I love that.
And I learned this tune from Chet Atkins, and we played this one together. It's also the first ever international hit, first ever song sung in a language other than English that made it. It's a big hit. Sukiyaki. Ue o mite aruko namida ga koure omoidesu hiro no hi itori uchi no yoru. Well, Pat Donahue had translated the lyrics, so I don't know if they're exactly verbatim, but he sang it this way. I come from Minnesota. I went to Tokyo to visit the land of enchantment and quaint pagodas. I nearly died the day they tried to make me eat that yuki sushi. They say it sounds so yummy, but hey, I ain't no dummy. I took one not in my tummy. I took one bite, and I was right. No like yucky yucky sushi. It took some wine, but I finally agreed to eat that dish of dead fish and seaweed. What happened then, I don't know. I loosen my kimono. I make a sound like the voice of Yoko Ono. And just like that, right on the mat, Misiki Yiki Yaki Sushi. If you go to Nagoya, here's a suggestion for ya. Take my advice, stick with rice, and think twice before you bow in disgrace. Lose lunch and face. No liking yucky yucky, no eating yucky yucky, no liking yucky yucky sushi. Domo
That's
arigato.
lovely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Pat's a brilliant lyricist.
He really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a great guitar player too.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. That's it's been a long time since I heard that, and thanks for that memory. I remember. You remember certain songs the first time you heard them, you know? And
Yeah, like I'll whistle when I walk. I will remember this moment. I'll whistle. My baby whistles when she walks. Sorry.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I actually don't know anyone like that in my own life, but I imagine someone. My wife is always, when we're traveling together, she's always making sure the audience will look at her to see how many piercings she has. Usually, it's not about me. Wants to make that sure.
What reminded me of that is the actual translation of sukiyaki is I look up when I walk. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Nice.
go figure. Yeah.
Nice.
We have a couple more hellos. Oh, hi, Pam. Pam Hoy from Ahoy, Pam Ahoy from
Ahoy.
California. Yes. And Chuck is chiming in here as well.
Hi, Chuck.
From yeah, and a couple California friends here joining us.
Oh, I love California. It's been too
Yeah.
long. It's been 2 years since I've been to California.
Oh yes, we are planning to tour there again in January, and hopefully, and then Florida in both February and a short tour right at the end of November. So a couple outdoor
Surely
things. Yeah.
Enough folks will get vaccines by then that it'll work out. It'll be
Yeah.
be better.
Yeah.
It'll be better.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still doing, limited audience. The Downers Grove Saturday after Thanksgiving show, they'll probably they'll limit the size of that audience, and it's a big high ceiling in the church where we're doing it.
Great.
And then people have the option to watch online as well. So
sweet.
yeah.
Oh, I see Chiggers. Chigger, greetings from beautiful South Jersey. Hey, Chigger. Sounds like one of my friends, I think.
Oh yes.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
It is.
And Bill Miller, is this the Bill Miller from high school? I don't know if that's the same, but
Bill Miller, is it the guitar player songwriter Bill Miller?
there are many Bill Millers.
There's probably a lot of Bill Millers out there. Bob Jones. Bob Jones, hey, how you doing?
Yes.
Sam Smith, good to have you tonight. How you doing?
We'll cover a lot that way.
Yeah.
Well, do you have another tune in you? And then I'm going to play what I'm going to teach right after this. In fact, I think we still have one more opening. If somebody wants a lesson, just let me know. Send me a text. Yep. But let me make you big again and play a tune.
This is my big chance.
There you go.
All right, this is a song I played for you earlier today. We were just doing sound check. Haven't done it in a while, and I think it's appropriate here.
Yeah.
Now that you've made me big, and I've hit the big time, hanging out with Muriel Anderson. So, a good friend took me to dinner at a high-class restaurant. We got to talking and he asked a question, what it was I really want. I guess I didn't understand his question. What does everybody want? I said, a little happiness and peace of mind. And I said something about daily bread. And he said, no man, you've been traveling for years now, playing music and traveling around. Face it, Ants, you ain't getting any younger. I've seen how the business can get you down. He said, what's it gonna take to hit the big time? What's gotta happen to take that bow? I took another bite of my sukiyaki steak and I said, what makes you think I'm not there now? Told him about all the people I meet. Folks like you enrich my days. Just name my children and the friends I've met, and I couldn't have any couldn't be having more fun in any other way. Maybe. I don't know. But I'm having a good time. The weekend comes and I grab my guitar and this crazy big time thing begins. Every night I'm throwing a party with a room full of my closest friends. Just how much more could my life hold? If I was a miner, I'd done struck gold inside. Couldn't be having a bigger time than this. If this ain't the big time, what is? If you think the big time is playing arenas or being on television every night, riding in a limo, living in a mansion, and having my songs play more Bud Light, well, man, that stuff would drive me crazy. Ducking paparazzi at the Holiday Inn. Well, money and fame and a washboard stomach, it's a devil and a deep blue sea, my friends. And I'll stay here right under the radar, shooting stars going over my head. As long as you'll have me, I'll be right here, hanging out on Facebook for my daily bread. Just how much more could my life hold? If I was a miner, I'd done struck gold, yes I did. Couldn't be having a bigger time than this. This ain't the big time. This ain't the big time. This ain't the big time, what is? My guitar almost stayed in tune throughout the whole set.
Yeah, well, there's no telling how it sounded on the other side of the lag.
You're right.
Of
After
playing
the
that.
technology gets through with it, who
Yeah.
knows?
So, yeah. So, any other hellos here? Oh, from Ken also says, "Oh, how do I get a lesson?"
There you go. You
So,
got the
yeah.
next.
We are going to, right after this, at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, do a little workshop on simple arrangement of Imagine and how to make it your own.
Ooh,
And
nice.
then I'll show you what I'm talking about. I could do it on this or on the harp guitar, whichever you prefer. So,
Ooh, go with the harp.
so on the harp, let's see.
Yeah.
I,
You're a well-known master of that instrument. You might as well.
oh, not
show
hardly
it
a
off
master,
little
but.
bit.
Okay, I just restrung it, so I don't know how the tuning will hold. But so what we're going to be doing, and if you want to join us, I think there's one more opening still. Just send me an email at Muriel. Let's see, probably the best one is concert@murielanderson.com, and I'll send you the official invite. So. Let's see. So we start with the basic version like this. Kind of like this. So just two chords.
Yeah.
Just arpeggio. Then we might add that little. If you have a harp guitar, you can add the bass coming down. then kind of fill it in a little bit. Little fills in there, whatever. Different ways to do that. Maybe walk up this. Change the melody around a little bit. And then we can play around with it a little bit.
Nice.
And then come back to the melody enough so that you recognize it still.
Like a bridge.
Maybe couple harmonics. Maybe bring the up of the octave. Oh, I can't see here, it's dark.
That's lovely.
Oh, thank you. My frets disappeared here in the dark. So.
Now you play that live. Do you sing along with it sometimes when you play it live as well?
I don't do that very often. In the show, every now and then I'll get a request for it or something. And this is I just taken this harp guitar out again, and so I've been playing the carbon fiber harp guitar on tour, and it's a different scale. So this harp guitar has the 12th fret in a different spot. I'd forgotten about that. And so a little bit different.
Do you like the carbon, the sound of the carbon?
The carbon fiber is really not bad, and I love wood. You know, just the way wood feels with you. Yeah. But when you're on a sailboat and there's all that humidity and waves splashing up and everything, it's really nice to have the carbon fiber. You know, that doubles as a flotation device. Yeah.
Well, also, I mean, it travels better probably too. I mean, you're not going to be as worried about it getting beat up, or it's more durable material. Oh
yeah. Oh, Marlene is coming in here. Marlene's a student. Yeah. Are the crickets accompanying me tonight?
They are. They sound great.
Yes. And so they are still here. And great. And there's also a link on my on that page for there's a lesson on October 3rd that I'm doing on. So that's a longer workshop. So just a couple of things. Are you doing any teaching, Antsy?
I do songwriting sessions. Yeah, I do several a week, and it just depends on everybody's schedule. We try to get it set up to have it, you know, and it's just hard with everybody's lives. But yeah, I love teaching songwriting. I've done a lot of songwriting camps and things like that. Cool. But this is nice to do it one-on-one. You know, I do one at a time, and I've thought about the Zoom aspect and having a kind of more of a conversation about songwriting and storytelling and applying it to music and how, you know, but yeah, I love it.
Yeah, we have a request for Starry, Starry Night with the crickets in the background.
Oh, you should. Yes, absolutely.
Well, I don't know if I can do it on this guitar. I'll do a short version of it, and you'll have to forgive me when I get up here because the The light is not
12th fret.
allowing me to see my frets here. And it's a different scale, so 12th fret is here.
Gotcha.
See,
That motor memory is so important.
so this is, I'll use some of the super trebles. Well, I'll tell you, Antsy, why don't I let you do one, and then I'll get this in a little bit better tune while you're doing it.
That's fine.
How
Whatever
about that?
you're the host.
Sure.
You're the boss.
Okay.
Here.
Just remind me to unmute when I come back.
Gotcha. Alone in a motel at the end of the day, my hands in my pockets, my mind far away. I was jingling my car keys and pacing around. Pulled out a white piece of paper I found. Saw what it said once I held it in view. Inspected by number 372. The curl of the 7 and the flare of the 3 said a feminine hand wrote this number for me. It was printed in black, but the number was blue. Handwritten by Inspector 370. You're more than a number, to me you are real. You're more like a spirit who's making me feel like I'm more than a salesman who lives at the wheel. Maybe I'm crazy, but I swear I know you. Lonely Inspector 372. I can see you there now at your sewing machine, pulling on buttons and tugging at seams. Just passing the time, telling stories and jokes with 371 other folks. Do you ever feel nameless the way that I do? Lonely Inspector, everybody now, 372. Oh, you sound so good, I can hear you. Unsung and forgotten by most, I am sure. But here in my pocket, your memory will endure. So I'm keeping your number, should there come a chance of meeting the girl who inspected these pants. So hey, if you're out there, this one's for you. Lonely Inspector, everybody now, 372.
Hey.
And now everybody knows my iTunes password. All right.
Great.
Wrote that a long time ago while traveling, staying in hotels. It actually happened. I pulled that sticker out of my pen. I was like, okay, there's a song in here somewhere. Isn't that how they all start?
Yeah.
Something silly.
A lot of them do. Yeah. Okay, Starry, Starry Night. And then after this, we promised that we would give you a little preview of the Acoustic Sailing channel. And so we'll finish with that. And this is for Marlene.
She's right. The crickets are great with that song.
Oh, great. They were great.
Oh my
Yay
gosh.
for the crickets. All right.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful.
Well, let's see if this will work now. I'm going to finish off with a little bit from Acoustic Sailing, and if you want to see the whole thing, you just go to the YouTube channel Acoustic Sailing, and let's see if we can bring that on. Let's see. I may have to reload it again. I think I have to reload it. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So, Antsy, it's been just great to have you here.
It's been marvelous. It's just good to hang out with you again, even if it is virtual.
Thanks. We should do this more often.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Okay, here it comes. All right, we are about to embark on a real adventure, a sailing adventure. I'd like to sail the world again, feel the wind above the waves and live from day to day, where life is not predictable, wondering what is right around the very next bay. I'd like to raise the sails again, watching for the whales again, and never have to say I wish that I had done the things that I can't do when I'm too old to play. To breathe again, love again, laugh again in real life.
tides, worst of times, best of times follow right behind. The mainsail is unfurled again to be part of this world again on my time. I'd like to pull the anchor in, sail to where I've never been with sunset on our lee. Awaken to the sparkles on the water, then I'm feeling free. To jibe again, tack again, I am now back again in real life. I'd like to sail the world again, feel the wind above the waves and live from day to day, where life is not predictable, wondering what is round the very next bay. I'd like to raise the sails again, watching for the whales again and never have to say, I wish that I had done the things that I can.